Tomorrow marks the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation in Canada. And across BC, some communities have already begun honoring survivors of the residential school system, as well as those who never came home.
Everybody paddle forward!
In Kelowna, members of the RCMP joined the West Bank First Nation to paddle across Okanagan Lake to West Bank Beach, where there was a ceremony that was held.
I'm very proud of the RCMP's efforts to work with Indigenous people across the country to deal with the truth and reconciliation issues that we have and move that forward and put us in a better place.
I think it's getting better slowly, and there's there's a lot more support for the Indigenous community and peoples, and I have hope for it to change.
This is the second year the Kelowna RCMP has been invited to participate. Well, tonight is the last night to see Bunk 7. The play, showing at Burnaby's Shadbolt Centre for the Arts, centers on the true story of 6 young Indigenous teens at a residential school in Alberta. Our Wamish Hamilton has more on the influential survivor who wrote the play and why his work is still relevant today.
This is Larry Gnu, a Nisga'a man, lawyer and MLA for the former riding of Atlin. He helped write the Nisga'a Nation Constitution, fighting for rights during a hostile time. As a teen in 1961, Gnu was forced into the Edmonton Indian Residential School.
This place scares me sometimes.
What?
There, he and other boys bonded with a kindly caretaker. One day, that man was fired because he raised concerns of sexual abuse against children. Students rose up and rioted. These scenes are from those moments, imagined for the stage in a play called Bunk Number 7, written by Gnu. But he never saw his work come to life. He died in 2005 at age 65, before his manuscript was complete. But friends and family took it on for him, wrote the final lines. It's now in Burnaby after a successful run in northern BC.
Growing up, my grandparents and my great-grandparents and my great-great-grandparents went to residential school.
Nick D'Angeli plays Gray, a character based on Gnu.
I can definitely feel it in those certain moments, right off the bat, once the lights comes on, is Gray's walking around the bunks. He's checking it out, he's looking around, and he's just seeing where he was at, because before he was in a TB sanitarium. And so he's trying to get the understanding and the understandings of what it's like in this school. And it's almost like I'm seeing that, I'm walking into that.
Seeing his work performed has meant a lot to Gnu's sister, who didn't know him growing up.
I didn't know him at all. He was gone before I was even born. He was sent away to residential school, and then he ended up, I believe, in a sanatorium for 3 years. He had TB, and then back to residential school.
Watching Bunk Number 7 gives her a glimpse into his life, his character, and ensures his legacy lives on.
I think he would love it. I think he would be proud, and he would be happy that his family has continued on to carry on his work.
Wamish Hamilton, CBC News, Vancouver.
And in honor of National Truth and Reconciliation Day tomorrow, some Vancouverites are wearing orange. We went out on the streets to ask how people are commemorating the day.
What it means to me is like a change. So, I got a lot of forgiveness I got to do because I'm a 60 scoop. I was taken away at 7 days old.
To support all of the Indigenous children who are not treated very well, and we have to remember to take care of all our children, especially the ones most vulnerable.
It's recognizing my privilege as a white settler, European heritage, and that I'm existing and working on land that's unceded territories.
Just feel so sad and very compassionate about supporting them in any way I can.
Events to honor Truth and Reconciliation are happening across the province, and CBC will bring you more coverage later in the show and, of course, tomorrow. We understand this coverage can be upsetting and invite painful feelings or memories. If you or someone you care about is looking for support, you can reach the National Residential School Crisis Line at 1-866-925-4419. It operates 24 hours a day and is available for survivors, intergenerational survivors, and their loved ones.